12th century, Reynald de Chatillon, a Crusader lord infamous for attacking unarmed Muslim pilgrim caravans during periods of active truce and for torturing prisoners by having them thrown from castle towers in wooden boxes. His repeated treaty violations are widely credited with provoking the war that ultimately led to the fall of Jerusalem back into Muslim hands. 13th century, Genghis Khan, founder of the Mongol Empire, whose military campaigns swept across Asia and Europe, leveling cities that refused to surrender and killing so many people that some regions saw measurable drops in global temperature from farmland reverting to forest. His empire remains the largest contiguous land empire ever assembled. 14th century, Timur, also known as Tamerlane, a conqueror whose campaigns across Asia and the Middle East left cities in ruins, reportedly ordering towers built entirely from the skulls of his victims after conquering resistant cities. Some historians estimate his conquests killed close to 20 million people at a time when the global population was a fraction of what it is today. 15th century, Vlad the Impaler, ruler of Wallachia, remembered for executing thousands of his own subjects and enemy soldiers by impalement, often displaying the bodies in massive numbers outside his capital to terrify invading armies. Ottoman troops are said to have retreated in horror after encountering a forest of impaled corpses left specifically for them to find. 16th century, Ivan the Terrible, Russia's first Tsar, notorious for brutal purges carried out by his personal secret police and for the massacre of Novgorod, where thousands of civilians were tortured and killed over accusations of treason that were never proven. In a fit of rage, he reportedly killed his own son and heir with a blow to the head. 17th century, Zhang Shangjian, a Chinese rebel leader during the chaotic Ming to Qing transition, accused by historical records of massacring enormous numbers of civilians in Sichuan province. Some accounts describe entire cities being emptied out through mass executions, contributing to a population collapse in the region that took decades to recover from. 18th century, Maximilien Robespierre, leader of the Reign of Terror during the French Revolution, personally overseeing a period where thousands of people were executed by guillotine in a matter of months. He justified the killings as necessary for revolutionary virtue, right up until he was arrested and executed by guillotine himself. 19th century, Leopold II of Belgium. His personal rule over the Congo Free State turned an entire country into a private rubber harvesting operation, enforced through forced labor, mutilation, and executions. Workers who failed to meet rubber quotas often had their hands cut off as punishment, and historians estimate his policies caused the deaths of up to 10 million people. 20th century, Adolf Hitler, leader of Nazi Germany, responsible for starting World War II and orchestrating the Holocaust, in which 6 million Jewish people and millions of others were systematically murdered. An entire continent was reshaped around one man's ideology, and the death toll from the war he started still stands as the deadliest conflict in human history. 21st century, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, leader of ISIS, responsible for mass killings, enslavement, and terrorist attacks across territory the group seized in Iraq and Syria. Entire populations lived under a regime built on public executions and forced religious conversion. He was eventually killed during a raid, detonating a suicide vest and taking 3 of his own children with him in the process.